Anyway, we are live. We have two viewers like instantly. That's pretty
Oh, we
sick.
do.
Yeah.
Wow, that's sick. Good evening, wherever
Is
you
it better?
are.
Good evening. Good evening.
Slightly. As long as you don't move, you're not pixelated.
Uh,
How have you guys been?
hmm.
Been alright. Just like Malaysia, COVID's kind of shitty. We like 1,000 cases a day, and I don't know. The government isn't like making things stricter for everybody, which is
What
strange.
happened?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like back then, it was like few hundred, and it's like oh, like super lockdown, and then now we like
Uh-huh.
1,000 a day, but no difference. I mean, we are still on lockdown, but it's I don't know. I don't even feel it.
Well, those are children's numbers compared to what's happening in the US. So,
Yeah, well, the
But we
U.S.
are
is like
regressing.
1,000 times bigger than Malaysia.
yeah, so
Yeah.
funny.
How about you?
Well,
How's your life?
um, good. I think well, it was pretty crazy. So we went looking for sea urchins this last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
like foraging for them because there's a certain species here that's considered invasive, the which is the purple kind of sea urchin. And like sea urchin is super expensive, right? Uni is super expensive in restaurants, so now people would go to the ocean to look for them. So we went, and normally like this, we are the only people who would do that. But this time it was like a sea of Chinese people, like everywhere. And I have to say they are Chinese because they were literally speaking like Mandarin and Cantonese everywhere, okay? So I was
I
like, oh my
mean,
gosh, like I can see why.
it's okay to call them Chinese, right? If they are Chinese.
It's a racist by some people to call out the race. But and then one reason why I can even say that is because I am Chinese, right? So like it was just like so crazy crowded. And like, everyone's like kind of like trampling everywhere. And now I feel like, oh gosh, like this is an activity I no longer feel good about doing in my local area because there's just too many people doing it. Because now it's trend. The reason why is because it's now trendy on YouTube. Like you can now, there's a lot of like YouTubers who show you how to do it. And like one of like my favorite YouTubers, who's also a sushi chef, like did a lot of series on it. So, and the secret's out. And then since like the sea urchin can't run away, like the whole place essentially got like decimated. There's no more sea urchin in that area.
Oh
Is
wow.
there a
Um,
difference
so
in taste?
these are don't taste the same as like the big like Hokkaido sea urchin. But they're, I would say, like they're more delicate in flavor, and the pieces you get from them are also smaller. Like it's a lot more work to get the gonads out compared to
Oh,
like the giant
okay.
giant one. Yeah, but it's like free. Each person can get like 35 sea urchins, and so that's the limit. So I don't know.
Did it
It's like
count
a
on the way out?
they did. Like
Oh,
so usually we never run into like wardens who are like kind of like the police for the ocean.
yeah.
Because there's the coastline so huge and it's only like a small team of them, but they were like there at sunset because they know people were gonna leave and then they were checking everyone's buckets to make sure that you're not collecting like things you shouldn't be collecting. So yeah, it was interesting experience, but definitely now I'm like, ugh, and I don't want to really take anyone foraging too. I'm like, oh my gosh, like too many people are doing it, and it's like a thing that doesn't work when it's like a bajillion people doing it.
Huh. That's strange. Like
Yeah,
how that would become so trendy. I don't know.
I think it's because it's like you get free seafood. Like, come on, like Asian people all over that, and then like you have nowhere to go because all everything is closed, and like this is one of the few like okay activities because it's outdoors.
Huh.
But I don't think it counts as safe when there's like so many people that you can't even like socially distance properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
Sounds
you
that's
got
how
none
like
this year.
America's become. No, we got like 20. So
Us?
Yuhan was
You
like
normally get more?
pretty good at it. It was getting like so it was also a special day because it's called king tide, which is when the tide is like super low and also super high. So like you can get more of the areas exposed. But the thing is, like so many people have gotten it that you have to like really risk your life and be on the very edge of when you're gonna get splashed and like sucked away by the ocean to get this the remaining sea urchin. And Yuhan's crazy, right? So she actually like got all wet and like managed to get the sea urchins. I was like way in the back. I was like on the beach because I was like I don't want to slip and die. So I was just like waiting for the urchins to come to me. Um, yeah, but some of our friends also like slip and fell and things like that. So
Oh.
it's like a slightly dangerous activity.
Oh.
Yeah. But we made uni pasta using
Oh.
Serious Eats recipe, Kenji recipe. Uh it was
I think
quite
uni
worth
pasta
it.
is pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah, it makes it go far because or else you just like and that's it. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's a lot of work for nothing.
And then like it helps with the creaminess of the pasta too.
Hmm. Yeah. So and yeah, we used sour cream as the other main ingredient in the pasta. And also Yuhan caught rock crab as well. So that's the other like activity that people have been doing in the Bay Area. Is now it's crabbing season. So what you do is you take like a little metal cage, a mini one with like loops all around it, and then you put like a squid or drumstick stick in the cage, and then you throw the whole thing like with a fishing rod. And then so the crab will come because they're like, oh shit, free food. So and then they'll put their legs in the little loops because they don't know. So that when you yank it up, they just get like snared, like get caught in a little loop, and then
Oh,
you catch them that way.
That
so
sounds
it's not
so
Yeah.
like
So
those
evil.
lobster cages where you leave it underwater and then you come back like the next day.
yes. So that's the potting method. Where like, over here, like they're using the snare is more like popular because to do the crab pot, you need like a good spot, and there's not that many good spots left. Whereas with the snare, you can do it from up here.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, like but both methods are used by people.
Huh.
Yeah, and also people steal your pots. That's the other crime that's been going
Yeah.
on. Yeah,
I would think that people would, right? Because like you're obviously not going to sit there like 24 hours looking at it, right?
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
that's why you need a
So,
good spot, like a spot that no one really knows about,
hmm
so you can like
hmm
safely leave it there.
yeah. And so to find a good spot, you have to essentially like boat or kayak out, and we don't have those fancy tools. So yeah,
Why not
for
just
us,
like tie strings to the pots or something? That-
so then you have to be near the edge, and there's only so many edge spots left because
uh,
everyone else is doing it. Yeah. So yeah, we went with some friends and the friend actually gave us two other crabs. So we have at least three crab. And like. But the thing is like of course this is the karma, right? Like as I was like cracking the shell and this is like rock crab, so the shell's super hard. Like was talking to me for a second and I totally cut myself.
can't see.
Oh, it healed mostly already, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I
Right,
had a
I see
deep,
it now.
deep gash right here.
Yeah.
So the crab did get me back.
I always get cut when I eat prawns though, like with the shells,
With
especially like
prawns.
near the head there, cause like the head has like a little spear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I always cut myself or get stabbed a little. Yeah, I always think it's karma, but then I always think
Yeah.
like, oh, it's worth it. It's so good.
Man, speaking of shrimp, I was like talking to my friend about it, and you know how like pre-peeled shrimp is often peeled by slave labor. So now I feel like, oh, when I buy
Really?
shrimp, I should. Yeah, it's a thing, in Thailand and places like that. They trap people on boats and
I
don't
did
let
not
them
know
leave,
that.
and they peel the shrimp. Yeah.
Oh.
So so now I'm like, oh, and I better eat only like non-peeled shrimp. Then I feel slightly less guilty because there's no way to track like where your shrimp even comes from.
That's true.
Yeah. I only know this because my friend said, like, this is not like verified news, but she said that like apparently COVID does live longer on the shell of the peeled shrimp because essentially if you have COVID, you touch it and then you peel the shrimp and then you freeze the shrimp. Technically you actually just froze the virus and it can live longer. So now I'm like, oh
Oh,
yeah, I guess it's kind
Yeah, I
of
saw there
gross.
were like reports, right? They said that COVID can
Yeah.
survive frozen food.
Yeah.
So now they're like investigating if that was the cause of how it spread and not by people.
But how? But I'm imagining like how many people are eating frozen. I mean, are you eating frozen seafood all the time? Like,
Not all the
doesn't sound like it's a
time.
popular
I never,
thing.
I never buy. I rarely buy seafood to cook at home. But when I'm
Yeah.
outside, if I do order stuff, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's
Well,
most
actually,
probably
no, I'm pretty
frozen,
sure
right?
it's frozen, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
Mhm.
I'm like, I almost never like pick it out of the tank. When you go to Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times, I'm pretty sure it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
not as popular anymore, right? Picking things out of the tank. I remember that was
It's
You still
totally
do
a
it here
thing when I
at
was a
like
kid.
the pricier places.
I think it's like
But yeah.
it's like a status thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. But do you often like I often feel like after you cook it, it never looks like the same fish. You know? Like how do I know they didn't do a swaparoo?
Yeah, exactly,
You'll
right?
never know.
Like
So I
they
feel like
take your
there should
fish.
be
Like no, they always
system.
show it to you, right? And like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then they take it back, then they put it back in the tank, and then they take a frozen version
Yeah,
out.
you'll never know unless
Yeah.
you can
I think there
somehow
should be a
recognize
system where you can
fishes.
like mark it. Yeah, or like you can recognize the pattern, like the fingerprints,
Or
you
they
know,
cook it
on the
live in
scale.
front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Verified fish restaurant.
Verified
Yeah.
profiles.
Or they put a
Exactly. Before
GoPro on the fish,
And then
a live experience.
then
you
you can
will.
watch it go into the steamer or the fryer.
Can the
I
GoPro
feel like that
survive?
might yeah,
Disposable
that might be
GoPros. Might be a new thing.
But
Patent.
I've seen some people like use like digital thermometers, and
oh
then they stick it
yeah.
into their meat, and then they put it in the barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
like it looks so hot. Like I really don't know how long these kind of devices last though.
I mean,
Oh
depends
yeah.
what they're
Like I
made
mean, like
of.
obviously you can withstand heat, right? But then
Mm.
Hmm.
being exposed to it for such a long period of time, and like if you're gonna
Hmm.
use it all the time, right? I'm pretty sure like it doesn't have a very long shelf life, right?
Oh, we can
Well,
Google.
I
What?
have one. Yeah, surprisingly, I have not destroyed it. It's one of my oldest kitchen implements,
Oh really?
and like it comes with like a wire that's like wrapped in what looks like plastic, but it doesn't melt in the oven.
Oh okay.
Yeah, super helpful for not overcooking meat. But mine is not
I
like super fancy. It's not instant read. It takes a few seconds.
no, I there's some that are like completely wireless though.
Yeah, like the one that Google Foods uses.
Oh, you watch Google Foods too?
Of course I do.
Yeah, that's why I always see him use it, and I'm like, oh man, that doesn't look like it's safe.
Yeah. Like, but his is super fancy. And I
Yeah.
have mixed feelings about Google Foods. I have like a friend who hates it because he thinks it just looks disgusting because of how like you know how some of the experiments are really like literally disgusting where it's like, oh, I aged this for like 60 days. It looks like I'll cut off the green parts. Here, Angel. Guess what this is?
I don't know
Yeah.
if he
So
spends more money than he makes on his videos. Like he's always eating like the best quality beef. So I was eating
yeah.
wagyu all the time.
Right, right. I am jealous of that. I do feel like if only I can figure out a way to expense Wagyu as a business expense. Because technically I think he could expense it because he's doing it for the filming.
Oh, but he can expense it. It just lowers his tax, but he still has to pay for it anyway.
Yeah. He probably makes
Unless
so much
like Google
from.
Foods is like a side job. He has like something else going on.
Oh gosh. I think at his like viewership, he doesn't even need a side job. Though it's interesting because I guess he never really has ads. Like he's never like he doesn't do sponsorship now that I'm thinking about it. Right? Except maybe his
He
thermometer. I
always
think he
he
makes
always
it or something.
mentions like where he gets his meats from.
Mm, that's
I'm
true.
not sure if that's like a very subtle ad. Like just like a
Yeah.
shout
Trade.
out for free meat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you guys had Wagyu lately?
Nope.
No.
Just
Haven't had
casually.
any fancy food lately.
Oh
I think maybe
no.
I have wagyu like once a year, and it's usually someone's birthday.
Oh. But
Singip's
what do you
birthday.
guys eat though? Uh,
Uh,
like for dinner
you,
tonight? That's fancy to
So-
me. Is I can't get whatever you're eating.
I had curry noodles for dinner.
I had soy sauce noodles.
Oh, did you guys both eat out?
What?
Did you eat out?
Oh
Fine.
no, tap out.
No, I cooked.
Mine was like tap out this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember dabao was one of the first concepts I learned when I came to Malaysia.
Why didn't they
Why?
have it in
Isn't there like
Indonesia?
takeout around the world?
Yeah.
But it wasn't called dabao, okay.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
obviously not.
Yeah.
bungkus.
Yes, exactly. In Indonesia, it's called bungkus. So I did not know it's called dabao.
Oh, I mean, you're a honky. You should know.
But they don't, dude, I don't think they call it dabao in Hong Kong.
Really? Then what would
And
they
now
say?
oh, am I?
Huh? Then how
There's
else
a lot
would
of
you say it?
Cantonese words in Malaysia that's specifically Malaysia.
Okay, yeah. Well, how would you say it in honky Cantonese then?
I think it's called ngoi mai, but I'm actually no
Ngoi
longer
mai.
sure.
Oh.
I'm it's not called
Okay, yeah. I
dabao.
mean, now that you mention it, like it
I've never
sounds
heard
Yeah.
that
familiar.
before.
Yeah.
No mai,
Yeah.
no mai guy.
Uh,
Is it the
that's
Chinese?
luo
The
mai
Chinese
and
is
ngoi
like
mai, not the same thing.
No wait, it's the Chinese like Wai Mai, is it? Wai Mai. Like
Yeah, I guess. I actually I don't know what they call it in China. I'm sure they call it something else.
like Wai Mian like outside.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like I'm not eating here, I'm eating outside like to go. Yeah.
hmm
Mm.
Yeah. And then they even like shuta. I remember that was weird to me to call
Uh-huh.
it that.
What?
Because we don't use the word shoot to use describe ice because it means literally snow.
Then use ping, is it?
Yeah, it's more like bingcha or something like
Ping
that.
cha. Huh.
Yeah.
No, people use
So
like
I remember I had
they
to
say like
learn
coffee
all these
ping or
Cantonese
Milo
words.
ping, but they don't
Yeah.
say cha, ping cha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they do. I don't
Yeah.
know, but it's always shit cha for me. Yeah,
Milo Ping.
yeah.
Uh
Milo ping, coffee ping, desi ping.
Ah.
no, because I think that Ping is not the same Ping as Cantonese. I think that's Hokkien.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you say Teh
Yeah.
C is Hokkien, it's not Cantonese.
Mm-hmm.
Desi.
Oh, actually, speaking of copy, after you do the transition now, because I don't know when else to do it.
Okay.
If you're craving coffee, that is also good for your productivity and creativity. Please consider trying Flow State Coffee using our coupon code. Um,
At the bottom.
evening drama. So it's
Yeah.
noowave.co, newwave.co/evening drama for 10% off this awesome coffee that has L-theanine and raw cacao in it. Or
The
as we
bag
call it
looks
in
lighter
Malaysia,
now.
coffee. It is lighter because I've been drinking it.
Improves
Ah.
your brain function, supports creativity and productivity. Perfect to kickstart a creative morning and maintain optimal productivity through your workday at the office or at home. Drink whenever your brain needs an energizing flow state.
Exactly. Wow, you're doing this positive message better than me. And this is something I need at 5:52 a.m. Still dark outside.
Yeah, it is. Do you like waking up
Mm.
this early?
I do. I'm actually a crazy morning person anyway.
Huh.
If you leave
It's
me
nice to wake
my
up so
natural
early.
state.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes when I wake up, because my alarm is always set for 6, but sometimes I wake
Mhm.
up like 5:30, and then like I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I should just get up now. It feels nice, like because everyone's asleep, and then you're being so productive already.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't feel
Get a
that.
kickstart to my day.
Like my
Well,
alarm's
that's because
set
you're
for
the
9,
total night owl.
and then if I wake up at like 8:30, I'm like, oh shit, this is too early.
When I wake up at
But you get
8:30,
to
I
have
always
that.
think like, oh man, it's so late already.
Yeah.
But for you, I feel like you get to enjoy that alone time in the middle or like at 3 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes when you message me, I'm like, what the heck are you still awake?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do like it.
Quiet of the evening.
Yeah, it is quieter. even though like
Mhm.
I'm in my room anyway, but it's still. Edmund says he
Mhm.
needs one now. Yeah, go newwave.co/evening drama
Yes.
and order it. It'll
Thanks for
arrive.
checking it out,
It
Edmund.
won't arrive tonight, but
It will not. Yes.
what are the chances? 1%.
Exactly.
I mean, we order
Yeah.
now, like then
You
the
will have
guy
it
wakes up and then he sees the order, he packs it, sends it out. Yeah, no, we can't get
exactly.
it tonight.
You can maybe have it by the next episode. I don't even want to promise how long it will take to ship to Malaysia. But yeah, speaking of being in your room, like, uh, so I don't know whether you guys have come across this guy on Reddit. He's like a hikikomori, like a guy who's always in his room all the time from Japan, and he made a game based on that,
No.
called Pool Stay, and
Pool
like
stay.
yeah, which is apparently the literal translation of hikikomori, the name of people who are like in their room all the time, kind of like a shut-in. And it's like a beat 'em up slash tower defense type game. And his name is Nitos Shoji, and then he's kind of like trained himself to become an indie game developer, which I really admire because he really started off not knowing how to program at all, and then once the Unreal Engine became open source, he decided to learn it and started making games, and now his game is like he's got a full working demo and he's trying to finish it. I think either next year or the year after, so it's still gonna take a while.
The game
Um,
looks so wacky.
it is super wacky. But there was a recent he's been trying to do vlogs to raise money to fund himself because he
Hmm.
doesn't actually have another source of income apparently.
Yeah.
His vlogs are super funny because he's naturally just a really funny person. And he used to draw like hot girls manga for
Uh
money, but he didn't want to do that anymore because he was like, oh, this is just too sad. But like
huh.
he has a natural sense of like, how to do art and things like
Actually,
that.
his triple his
Um,
goal on Kickstarter already.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
impressive. Because he only wanted like $32,000. After showing all the math, it's actually very reasonable because he's like, oh, Kickstarter gets a share, and
Yeah.
then he was like, oh, I need some money to like, pay for some art and things like that. But in one of the recent ones, he talks about like all his failures, and then that made me feel a little better because it wasn't like, he just like came up with the idea and he did it, and now he has Kickstarter money. It's more like he tried a lot of different like games that totally like so bad. He's like,
Yeah.
here are examples of really bad games. No, that I end up hating myself. And and it took him a while to come up with like the concept of using himself as inspiration. Because he said at first he was trying to almost like copy what other people are doing. Like he made a game that's about like serving ramen while there's zombies, and the zombies are trying to eat your customers. At the same time, you're also doing the ramen serving. And he was like, I made this game, I went all the way through, but then I realized it is not fun at all. I'm like,
I mean, it sounds fun in concept though.
yeah, he said, yeah, exactly. He was like, he fooled himself with in theory. It's pretty funny. In reality, you're like, oh man, this is a lot of work. And he also made some mobile games, and he was like, oh, but then like he made a whole game at the end, it wouldn't compile. And to this day, he still cannot figure out what the bug is. And his learning is that you can't wait until the very end to compile, because then you're
Yeah.
totally screwed. You didn't even know how to debug it. And he spent like a few months or a year on like a game that never even worked, couldn't even compile. And like and then he also made like after that he made another game that's about making your own like maid cafe, and then you have to like but then he was like, oh wait a minute, I'm back to serving customers again. I hate that concept. And then he realized, oh wait, I'm a hikikomori, I hate doing work. Why am I making a fake version of doing work? So then he realized that he needs to make a game after his own life,
Hmm.
and like stop trying to mimic other people's experiences of things he doesn't even like doing. So I thought that was very like inspirational, because that's why I feel like with my own business sometimes too. I'm like, oh, like, am I going in the right direction? And like, not to get sucked into a direction where I feel like this isn't even not something I like doing and things like that.
Yeah.
So I thought I found it very inspirational to see other people's like quote failures, even though it actually like led to their success over time.
That's really
So
cool.
anyway, you
Yeah.
you should, if you want to support his game, It's gonna come out on Steam,
Pledge
and you can use it
5
as a PC.
300 1005 yen. What is that in ringgit?
It's like 40 ringgit. No, maybe 50, 50.
59 ringgit. 60 ringgit.
Well, for the game,
Yeah.
is that a lot for a game or okay for a game?
Well, it's okay. I mean, it's
Mhm.
For indie game, I think it's
it's a bit
little,
pricey lah for indie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
But most indie games I've seen, they're not from Japan, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, his the chair he sits in is like falling apart and like taped together. So I'm like, oh, I guess we should fund him to get at least a new chair or something.
yeah.
Sometimes I admire people who do that. Like, they have like bad equipment, but they still get it done.
Yeah, we have
Mhm.
great equipment and we just managed
Get
to scrape
nothing
by.
It's always like,
Haven't
oh
you
no,
tried
if
to
I
make
if I
a
get if I get this if I
Yeah,
get this
I did.
equipment, then I'll be able to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Motivation.
Didn't you try to make a game before?
Yeah, I
dreamed
did.
that.
No. I mean, I did tutorials and I tried like planning out levels and stuff. But I
Mhm.
kind of gave up. Not really gave up, but like set it aside to focus on other things. And now I haven't gone back to it.
Was it based on Unreal as well?
No, I did RPG Maker.
Oh, RPG Maker.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to learn like too much scripting and all that. So I decided to go with a simple engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is it like 2D sprites and things like that?
Yeah. It's like 2D pixel sprites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't gone very far with it, but we'll see. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I
I
remember
feel
it was very hip for a while.
what, making games?
Making specifically RPG Maker.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was like a time of like Final Fantasy, like old games revival or something.
Yeah. Well, it's still kind of popular right now, but I guess not as popular as before. It's good
Mhm.
because it's easy to learn and use. But then now you have stuff like Unity and Unreal Engine, which are also like simple to use. And so people have been using them because they're more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel it's not easy to make an RPG game fun, like the gameplay.
Yeah, probably not.
There's only so many ways you can make grinding happen.
That's why I mean, like my idea was I didn't want a grind based game.
Oh.
Like you should be able to finish the game just by playing normally without like grinding. That was
So
my
how
idea
would that
anyway.
work?
As in, like the levels won't be so important
Mm-hmm.
and gear and whatnot. It's just game
Okay.
and story. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Because I remember there were some games that did that, right? Where it's scaled to your level.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like you have to meet a certain level and to be able to. Because I remember the first Final Fantasy was so hard. Like you could just like literally just die from the first enemy, which no longer happens in modern games.
Yeah.
And also you couldn't save, so you have to like restart. Like, you couldn't really start off from where you die.
Yeah.
It was so freaking hard.
I mean, like I'm so I don't know. Maybe I'm too old. I've like lost patience for games where you have to grind, and like
Yeah.
so I have a lot of like games that where I've played, and like when it becomes grindy, I just quit because I'm like I don't have time for this. I rather spend my time playing something I find more fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever play Baldur's Gate, the new one?
No, it's in early access, so I'll hold off till it gets like fully released.
When is it supposed to be
Oh,
released?
okay.
Next year or end of next year, I think. Yeah.
Still got some time.
Yeah. Because I played Divinity 2. That was really fun.
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder if
I
it'll,
played
I wonder if
a
it'll live
tiny
up
bit
to
of
the
that.
hype of the original.
I don't know. I mean, based on what I've seen so far, it really looks like and plays like Divinity 2. Just set in the Baldur's Gate world and with D&D rules. Yeah.
So it's like a first person or third
No,
person?
third person.
But it's like
You
3D
go in the
lah.
sky.
Yeah, you can rotate the camera.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. I thought one of the appeals of Baldur's Gate was like the 2D design.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I get
they
with the times.
yeah
Yeah.
they've moved
Yeah, I remember
on.
it was
It's
different to the
probably
game.
it takes a lot of effort to do 2D work. So 3D is easier for artists and developers, especially when they are doing like so much content. Yeah.
That's
No,
true.
that's the opposite of what I thought.
Yeah,
So
no.
because for the original
Everything was
Baldur's
like
Gate,
hand
like all
painted and
the
stuff.
all the backgrounds and stuff were all hand painted, hand drawn.
Hmm.
Yeah. Versus like 3D, you can just like render and draw some textures on it.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think it's equally hard work, but it's just like a different one is like slightly more computerized.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, it says that it's already been released since October 6th.
Yeah, that's early access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's still in like your. It's basically the first chapter of the game, and
Mm-hmm.
you can't like bring your character over to the full game when it's excuse me when it's released. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Oh, that's too bad. It's got really good ratings though.
Yeah. I mean, so far, reception has been good.
People really seem to enjoy the customization of your characters
Yeah.
because it's more inclusive now.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
You mean it's just not a girl in unrealistic armor?
I don't know. I never played it, so I didn't try it out yet. So I'm not sure what you can expect. But yeah, people really seem
Okay.
taken by the whole customization thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the developers sent out an email saying like everyone was just creating generic swordsmen during the first few days of the launch.
Oh.
Because they had statistics. Yeah, it's quite interesting to read. Like they say, oh, like this X number of players pet the dog, and then like they had some fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So are people generally good?
I
Did they
think
pet the
most
dog?
people are not good at. Oh, you mean good as in kind-hearted people?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
In
think
the game.
they. I think yeah. I think majority of the people pet the dog.
Okay. Okay.
But the fun thing was like they had a heat map of where
Mm-hmm.
people died the most.
Mm-hmm.
So they used that to tweak the balance of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like if they see too many people are dying near the start, that's a bad
Mm-hmm.
sign. So they make that part easier. Or they like move things around so the game will
Mm-hmm.
scale better. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder how they did that before. If we
They
can,
didn't.
I
They
guess they just
couldn't.
had to find out more demo or have
Yeah.
more tester.
I mean, back then, because most games were all like offline playable, you didn't need an
Mm-hmm.
internet connection. So
Mm-hmm.
like, they developers didn't have access to all this data that they can get now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a very different time. Can you still remember life
Yeah.
before the internet?
Uh,
Like
gosh.
no
Yeah, I
internet
remember
at
like
all.
Yeah,
Or
no
like
internet at
yeah,
dial-up.
and
all.
also
Oh,
like
no
very
internet at all.
poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and dial-up.
For me, that was
Hmm.
like before primary three, lah. I think. I think primary three
Mm-hmm.
or four.
I remember
Then.
like yeah, before email. Because I remember there was a time like in like maybe sixth grade or something where people were starting to try to exchange emails. And I remember thinking, oh, I have no email.
I don't know.
So I think that was around when people started having internet for me.
I had email back then. I mean, when I
Oh, you
first
did?
got internet, yeah, like it was under my name, so like I just gave people my email address.
What
Well,
was it? What service? Hotmail?
no, it was the jarring, like your
Oh, the
ISP,
jarring. Oh, Oh,
web
that
email.
one.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember people used to have emails based on that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's jarring.
I don't know. Go on.
It says was.
Was
So it became defunct in 2015.
oh, that's not so long
Oh,
Yeah.
ago. Yeah,
yeah.
but I don't think they ever
Um,
got on to broadband, right? Did they?
In 2000 they became the first broadband internet service.
Oh, really?
Uh, First broadband internet service based on IP over optical fiber.
did they just get bought out, or did they?
Let's see. In December 2006, they became another arm under the Ministry of Finance. So I guess the government acquired them.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then gave it to TM,
Yeah. Gosh.
probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and MSN Messenger became a thing, and
Yeah.
ICQ.
But yeah,
Which, yeah, so Yuhan doesn't know about
ICQ was
ICQ.
first, right?
How old's you, Hung?
I don't want to dox her or anything.
Oh,
But
how
she's
how much? How young? Like, how many
well,
years
there's no difference.
younger?
No, like she's she's like born in two one no
2000?
3 years.
3 years.
I'm trying to do it relative to you guys. She's 3 years
Oh.
younger than you guys.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's not that young, but how can she not
Yeah,
know
no, but
ICQ? Well, maybe it wasn't big in the
because
US.
it wasn't popular in the US.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
use AOL.
Oh yeah, they had AOL. Yeah, yeah. No one in
Yeah.
Malaysia used AOL.
No.
AIM.
Yeah, AIM.
Yeah, exactly. But I remember, like, didn't we all use some sort of like program that had like the ability to log into everything, like
Yeah,
Trillion or
Trillion,
something like
right?
that?
Yeah,
So
Trillion.
yeah, so I had an AIM account, but I don't think I had anyone on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
but
remember
yeah, I
back
remember
in those
ICQ.
days, like when we first got email, people were sending around like letters and like surveys, like so you fill up your name, like your hobbies, like questions, and then you just like forward it to everyone else on the email chain.
Yes, and now in
Right?
retrospect, what a way to dox people.
I know, right?
Find out.
Because one of the like some of the questions they had was like, "Oh, what's your mom's name? Your mom's birthday, and stuff like that."
Yeah.
Like, back when I was
your
young-
secret question.
Wait a minute.
I know, right? Back then, I didn't think anything of it, and then
Yeah.
now I realize, like, oh shit, people could have used
Yeah.
it to reset your
So
password.
maybe last time hackers weren't like very skilled. They're just clever.
Yeah,
People were naive,
yeah. Well, kids
Mhm.
like us, kids like me, fell for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have to confess, I think this is a vague memory of mine. Like this, I may have totally made this up. But I remember, like, somehow occurred to me that I can get people to admit who they like if I make one of those fake matching apps.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
you put
yeah.
the two names, and then, like, it tells you the percentage.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember somehow I was good enough at, like, making a website to make a
No,
fake
no, no.
version.
There were like
That was a
some,
website, lovecalculator.com. Wait, let's
Yes,
see if
that's
it's
what it
still up.
was.
Love.
I think
No,
I
no,
was
but
trying to make
there was
a
another
smiley
one.
version.
It was like a fake survey, right?
Yeah.
Like how did it go already?
We are. It's. Oh right, I
How
think.
did they trick people into admitting?
I think when you fell for it, right?
Yeah, no, but I don't know how they got. But I don't know how was it phrased? Like what made him
I can't remember. Man.
fill it up?
Yeah.
It wasn't like a love calculator thing where you just like enter in someone.
No, it was
Like,
it was
you-
trickier.
It was trickier than that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
But that was funny.
I like how
Yeah,
you have
something
a
like
very
you have to
distinct
fill
memory
out like your top 3 crushes or something, and then
Uh-huh.
when you enter it, then it'll reveal who likes you or something like that, you know.
Oh.
And then like you kind of hope that that their name is one of it, but then no, it's like usually sent by your friends.
So yeah, like if only we had exploited that for the
Yeah. We weren't so malicious.
No, we were too good.
Yeah. The thing I ever remember doing was using NetBus in the office IT labs. It was like
Or
it's like, what do you call
oh,
it?
you can message other people, right? On the other computers on the
Yeah, you
server.
can like open their CD drive, move their mouse,
Yeah.
and
Right.
I forgot what
Yeah.
you call those kind of programs already.
It's the Trojan horse.
Trojan is like how you
That sounds
get it,
more
but
malicious than.
let me see if we can
It's
still
not quite
Google.
malware, but it might as well have been.
I mean, I think now it could be considered malware.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess now it would be. Yeah.
But there
Mhm.
was another one, what back orifice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Were we
It had like
using
a
it? I,
yeah.
I
I
remember
mean, I know
messing
I
around
used
with
it in
it.
school. Yeah, it's quite funny. Like you just open people's during IT class, and then people is doing what, and you pop open their CD-ROM drives.
Yes. Which nowadays I feel like if you do that in the US, you get like sent to jail or something. Like you
No,
can't
but the
do these
problem
kind
is
of.
now no one has CD drives.
Oh, you can't pop nothing open.
And you like
Yeah,
somehow force the USB sticks out or something.
that was back when like wasn't it a thing to use a CD drive as a cup holder or something?
I think it was like a joke. I don't know anyone who actually used it though. It seems
Yeah.
very fragile too.
Yeah, it was also during the time when, well, I think people still do that, which is sending jump scares to people.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
think you guys did that
man.
to me, and I'm sure I did that to you. Like where it was like it will pop up like a bajillion windows and scream, and you can't close it.
Yeah, you and like it'll move around and you can't click the X button.
I remember sending it up to you.
I remember the maze
Uh,
ones.
Yeah, the
what are the
main.
maze ones?
Like you.
No,
I don't
like
remember
like
that.
you complete different. You move your mouse through like a maze, then
Yeah.
you complete different
Hmm.
levels. It gets harder and like narrower. So like at
Uh-huh.
the time of the jump scare, like you have to really concentrate. That's when you're like paying full attention to your monitor, and
Yeah.
that's when like
Uh-huh.
the scary woman jumps out.
Oh shit. I don't think I ever did that one then. I
No.
would have been super traumatized. Knowing, like, oh, I didn't fall for it.
Yeah.
I'll wait for this to like leave your memory for a bit.
Check out this maze game.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I feel like the people don't really do that anymore. Now it's like
No,
more
they
like
do.
Rick rolls.
No, they still
But
do
they
the
do?
jump scare videos. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
it'll be on WhatsApp. The videos will have like different thumbnails from what
Oh.
it's in the video.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, yeah. That usually
You're
it's like
lucky.
some
I don't
hot
have
girl on the thumbnail, and then you open it.
I know I got like Elvin like I think it was earlier this year or something,
Uh,
Oh, you did.
and then like he's been like vowing to get me back ever since. So now whenever he sends me videos, I'm like I like try to mute it first, and then I see what's going on.
What did you send him? Was it one of those like hot girls turns out the jump scare ones?
I forgot what it was now, but it was one of those like forwarded videos too.
Oh.
And then like you try to
Wow.
send it, and then you laugh, like oh ha, what the hell. And people think like, oh, it's a funny video. Then they'll click it, right?
Oh,
But
okay,
if you
okay.
follow
Well, I
without
gotta
any
watch out.
context, people might be suspicious, right?
Well, the only one who forwards me WhatsApp videos is my mom, so I gotta watch out that she doesn't send me a jump scare.
I think if I was a parent, I'd be like doing a lot of that stuff to my kids.
Just like, forwards from grandma. No, all jump scares all the time. Yeah, but I feel like nowadays there's not as much room for these kind of creative ways to mess with your friends, which is something I regret.
I guess I don't know. Are people smarter now or less gullible somehow?
I feel like it's
It
more like
could
I
be
wouldn't even like
that.
do something borderline close because what if there is a virus one day? You know how they mimic senders, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll feel so bad. Actually, there was one that I almost fell for. Speaking of like virus and malware, there was one that went around. Remember, like the GDocs one, the first GDocs one that came around, like maybe like last year or the year before. I feel like a lot of people fell for that one.
Which one was that?
It's the one that claims to be either like this is GDocs and wants access to your Gmail, or like it's pretending to be a friend who sent you a GDoc or something. And
Oh,
then
never gotten that.
oh, okay. Well, good, because it looks really, really weird. Because it pretends to be a third-party service that requires like your permission.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like yeah, a lot of my friends fell for that one.
Huh. But
So don't open straight Gmail like GDoc things.
I know I do get spam where like random people just add stuff to my G drive,
Yeah.
and you can't like
Oh.
do anything about it. You can just manually report it
I
and
hate
all that, but
those.
you can't like pre-block stuff. Yeah, which is kind of dumb. I wish Google would do something. You hear me,
Oh,
Google?
really? You mean people like just how do they add to your G drive?
They just
They
share
just
like
invite you.
they put your they just add your email to it,
Oh.
and then it'll be
Yeah.
like shared with you.
Oh,
And
okay.
since Georgia's email is for some reason used by random Americans and other people, you get like an extra amount of that.
Yeah, random
No,
people.
but it doesn't matter, right? Because with all like these, I don't know, like somehow a lot of your data is being leaked, like your phone numbers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where do all these people, all these random callers get your number from, right? So I feel like it doesn't matter where you are, like as long as you sign up for stuff offline or online that requires like an email or phone number, there's a very good chance that it's being sold already.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one of those like alert on my data being on the dark web things, which by the way, so useless, right? Because it just keeps alerting me all the time. It's like, okay. Great, now what?
Yeah, what are you gonna
Isn't it
do
like
about
quite
it?
scary?
Huh?
Isn't it like a bit scary if to see it pop up so many times?
Yeah, but it's sort of like, but then you become like numb to it. It's like, okay, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's not like I can be
Oh,
like,
okay.
dear dark web user, please delete me from your computer. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Cause last time I got one notification of someone trying to log into my Gmail, my Google account,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I
oh,
blocked
that's
it.
scary.
Then
Yeah.
after that, like I got really paranoid. So I like did some password changes and all that. Yeah.
I mean, I get that all the time. I just say no, it's not me, and I get tons of people trying to, excuse me, add my email address as their recovery email. Then I
That is
just
freaky.
then I just click disconnect it. Like it's annoying,
I feel
but
like you're somehow extra targeted because I don't think
I think it's because
I
of
get anywhere as the amount.
the email address, George, maybe. I don't know. Like I have another Gmail that I don't use, but I just
Oh.
signed up just to keep the name, and like
Mhm.
it never gets spammed, you know?
It's a Geo Wong YT.
Yeah.
Because you don't use it, that's why. Like
Yeah,
no
maybe.
one knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Hotmail spam works really well, but then I set it to whitelist, so everyone in my address book is whitelisted.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone
Oh, good. I
who's
feel
not,
special.
yeah. But I can't do that for Gmail because I have like so many email addresses to add, and I don't want to like ruin my like mess up my contact list. So yeah, I just rely on the Gmail spam filters. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
I should change my email address one day. I
Dun, dun,
just
dun.
think of the headache though. Like so many services I would have to update,
Yeah.
and a lot of services you can't really change your email, right? You have to create a new account.
But see, this thing I don't understand. Like, when you sign in with Facebook versus Google,
Mm-hmm.
it still uses the same email, assuming that your Google and Facebook are like whatever your email is, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like it should be interchangeable.
What do you mean? Oh well, depends.
Like I say, like your Facebook is like George at Gmail, and then your Gmail is also George at Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
And if you choose to sign in with Facebook, then you should be able to change it to Google later and keep it. Because essentially your signing name is still the same, still be George, right?
No, but you signed up with an email address. That email is your username. That they don't
It
allow
gets
you to
complicated
change.
when you use Google account to log into everything. So I try not to do that.
But sometimes I forget which I use. Because last time I remember I used to be like very avid Facebook login user. Then later on, I think somewhere along the line, I changed to Google. I'm not sure why.
Mm.
And then now Apple has Apple Sign In too.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now you have
So I
three.
try to. No, I mean I want to switch to Apple, but I can't because it's already tied to Google or Facebook.
Mm.
So I thought like, oh, since it's all like the same email address, then it should be interchangeable, right? But yeah.
Hmm.
So what Apple Sign In does is they create a throwaway email address. So
Oh. Okay.
you can, it's meant to like reduce tracking. So
Mm-hmm. That
yeah,
sounds
but like
good. Okay.
yeah,
I
but
might
a
come
lot of
back
my
to
stuff
Apple.
already signed in using those older services.
Yeah.
So like I'm like,
I've
I would
never
love
Yeah.
seen
to.
a site that uses Apple sign in though.
Uh, I think Dropbox does, cause when I installed it on my new phone, I got the option.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
No, there are some others, but I mean, what comes to mind is Dropbox, cause that was more
Uh,
recent, lah.
hmm.
Oh yeah, George, did you get your new phone yet?
Oh yeah. Ta-da.
Oh wow. So new. How
Yeah.
do you like it? Oh, I guess I have to read your review.
I mean, I've just been using it to play games. I don't use it as a
Oh,
normal phone. It's a game review unit.
newest iPhone usage toilet game.
No, not even toilet games. Just like
What do you play?
PUBG,
Oh,
Mobile
PUBG.
Legends, Free Fire,
Oh.
and stuff. Yeah. So all those games are like gigabytes worth of downloads.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put them on the iPhone, so I don't have to clog up my main phone.
Is it more? Are you more like more responsive on PUBG with the new phone? Or is it all the
No,
same?
I still suck. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, but the phone is good though. It loads the games real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like one
Do
of
you test out the
the
camera?
yeah, I did test it out, but I don't know. I haven't really taken any nice photographs to put on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean the phone itself is kind of nice to use, I guess. But I don't
Mm-hmm.
use it as a daily driver, just as a game
Oh,
machine.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah. You're gonna sabotage my pocket phone now, right?
How?
I don't know. You'll meet me.
I'm gonna drop it.
But yeah.
Mm.
I think I don't know. Maybe if I get a case for it, I'll bring it around. No, then I would have to get another
Oh.
SIM for it.
You don't.
Oh,
I
right. Because you
mean,
only have.
I don't know. I mean, you only get another SIM. Oh, for the internet, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, right. You use your phone to hotspot it whenever you need it. Oh, unless you don't bring out two phones, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to bring out two phones.
Oh,
Yeah.
then just
Why aren't you
switch lah.
completely switching? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like Android.
Oh.
And I have everything set up on my phone the way I
Really? I'm
like it.
getting so tired of Android. I want to
Really?
switch back to iPhone.
Oh, not me.
I think it's because I still haven't found a good notes app that I really like.
Oh.
I'm still using AI Writer, but AI Writer doesn't work really well if you don't have internet. Sometimes it
Okay.
Oh,
just
is it?
bugs out.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't
Oh, I was
remember
like thinking
my
of getting
Dropbox
it
folder.
because it's one of the few writing apps that's available across platforms
Yeah.
like Windows,
Hmm.
Create
iPhone, Mac.
text.
Maybe on the
Yeah.
iPhone it's better, but on the Android it has some issues. But it's like the only
Oh,
one that can sync with Dropbox reliably.
AI writer?
does it? No, it's IA Writer.
Oh,
Yeah.
IA.
Doesn't it use iCloud? Oh wait, but yeah, on Android, so there's no iCloud, right?
Get focus
Exactly.
and
I think I can sync
Ah,
with
okay,
Google
okay.
Drive if I want to, but
no,
I prefer using
I'm just very
iCloud
used
and
to
live.
Dropbox.
Okay.
Windows, Mac, and no. Why don't you
Well,
just
that's because
use
you're
Google
totally in the
Keep?
Apple ecosystem. I don't like Google Keep. I don't like the
Why?
way it lays out notes. I don't like the boxes and whatnot, and I don't like how it's like not really plain text and like
I don't know.
just off.
I love Google Keep.
But do you use
Yeah.
like the markups for IA?
You mean like Markdown and things like that?
Oh, it's got markup. Yeah.
Yeah. I do because when I'm on the computer, when it's synced, I use another app called Typora, and that
Okay.
has it has like WYSIWYG Markdown, which makes it really nice.
But what's the point of markdowns?
When you want to write it's almost like once you learn it, then it becomes like a second like a habit. But
So it's like,
when I'm like
is it
back
like
when I wrote
learning
blog
bullet
entries,
journaling?
it's like HTML but easier.
Yeah, like to me, it's like I just want to write. I don't like know how to code my writing.
Yeah, but when we need like bullet points and bolding and like very simple formatting, like it is like a little easier on Markdown if you learn the shorthands.
Really, you mean like it's easier than me highlighting and clicking a button that gives me bullet points instantly?
Correct. When you're on like only plain text and you don't want to switch to a mouse. I
Yeah, there are
guess
keyboard
theoretically
shortcuts for
you
that
can
too.
still do quick shortcut. Yes.
You can just use VS Code, right? Like to write like this.
Uh,
Isn't that
you
like
can,
another?
but
Isn't that
VS
like
Code's
something
not.
else you have to learn too?
Huh? No, you can
Yeah.
just write in plain text. I do it sometimes for fun. So I look like a
Mhm.
coder.
Well, okay, so this brings back to the issue of like my resistance to updating my blog now that I have time. Like I feel like, oh, I should go back to writing again.
Yeah.
But then like back in the day, like me like 6 months ago was all fancy and did it on GitHub and
Yeah.
like a command line and everything. I no longer remember how to do I forgot how to do my own blog. So now I have to relearn how to do everything, and now I'm like, oh, why didn't I use WordPress or something easy?
Yeah, you could have. Should have.
Yeah, but now I have to do Jekyll and like set up my own environment, and now I'm like, oh, why?
It's like just what we were talking about just now, right? Like, oh, I need to have this before I can write, you know.
Exactly. I set
And
the
then
most
so
important
like before you
barrier.
had GitHub, you're like, oh, I need GitHub, you know, and then like it will
Yeah,
look so cool. And now you're like, oh no,
exactly. I was like, I'm not
I need
learning
Ulysses
stupid.
again, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my latest resistance.
I haven't updated my blog in almost a month now.
It's usually the time when I decide, oh, I need to revamp the whole system. I need to port everything to another CMS.
No, I'm not planning to do that. I'll just stick with WordPress. I'm too old to figure anything else.
Yeah.
Like WordPress still powers like I don't know if I can say the majority, but I think it's still a very reliable platform.
Yeah, no, WordPress is good. I have
Like
no
if you
complaints.
I
I
don't
think it is a bit slower.
in what
I do like
sense?
new interface though.
Or
Like
the block editors.
yeah, yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, it takes a few seconds to load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they've caught up to like Medium and things like that really well. Because it used to be super clunky, but now they at least try to make it like WYSIWYG and all that and drag and drop.
Mhm.
So I feel like they're actually catching up to like Squarespace and
Oh,
things like that
yeah.
really
Well,
well.
when the WYSIWYG first
Oh,
came out, I was like reluctant to change. I stuck with Classic for a long time.
Oh.
Yeah. But now I'm used to it because I have to use it for work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
for work we tried the block editor for a while, but then like it ran into some template issues, I think. So now we're still sticking with classic.
Oh.
Mm.
I do want to check out Squarespace though.
It's not that great.
Oh,
Oh,
what
it's
does
not?
Squarespace use? It's not WordPress, right? It's their
No,
No,
own.
no,
it's its
it's
own thing.
the
Uh,
it's not great in
Yeah.
what sense? Like
In
but
the
all the
sense that like
podcasts
it's
say
not
it's
easy
good.
to
We have to say it's good too.
yeah.
Squarespace,
We're
please
not
sponsor
sponsored
us.
by Squarespace.
we also need to
But the
say like
reality,
Skillshare.
yeah, Skillshare, which I have a subscription if you guys want access to it.
Oh,
Um,
is it worth it? Is it good?
no, it's not. It's terrible. This is the most honest podcast slash stream that has no chance of getting sponsored by either product.
It's okay.
Like most of the
Sponsored
classes
by the
suck.
motherfucking Cash App.
Yeah, and like what's really messed up is like I have a friend who is like really good at like graphic design. So I thought,
Mhm.
oh, maybe you can make a class on something like Skillshare. So I looked into how they pay their people.
Yeah.
and it's like a Ponzi scheme. It's like they're sharing like this pool of profit across all the creators.
Okay.
So the more creators you have, the less of a share you have.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
also like you get only paid per minute you're actually watched by people.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's their way of making sure that your content is actually driving traffic.
Yeah.
But it's also like the more people who are making like impressive content, the less money you have then.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's a total rip for creators to use Skillshare.
I mean, then you have to
Looks
be the
like
best.
that's like similar to Apple Arcade,
Yeah, but it's also
where
really
like
hard to.
you get paid more if your game gets played more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. Like I always wonder about the model for like Apple Arcade, because everyone pays a fixed amount. If like there are like 10 developers at start,
Mm-hmm.
then sure everyone gets like a bigger cut. But then like if there's 1,000 developers like 2 years later, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably
Yeah.
revise it
So,
then, I think. I don't know.
I just feel like, and then so now Skillshare is flooded with these like really poor quality courses, and there's no way for you to really filter and search like to for me to know like okay, what is the best class to learn Illustrator? That's actually really hard for me to figure out.
Okay.
So I feel like I got it because I wanted to see content from this one person who creates YouTube content. And I wanted to support him by paying for his like premium content, right? But it's actually stuff I've already seen for the most part.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, oh, I'll just pay for the whole subscription to everything. And then I
You think
realized like,
less
man,
of you think less of him now?
no, I mean like he is actually this guy called Bob Wells who does this channel called Cheap RV Living, and it's about how to live in your van or your car. And
Yeah.
like he has like a lot of really great content. I think he's probably actually one of like the best content creators on the internet. And he's trying to help all these old people who have no place to live to learn to live in their car and to be able to travel, whatever. So it's very like heartfelt. But then like so that I use his referral link because I was like, okay, at least he gets a referral money or something like that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like otherwise Skillshare, it's like I don't and then like you know some creators I'm like, oh I learned how to do this from this
Yeah.
course. I'm like thinking, no way you did not. Like your skill is way above what that class is teaching you. That's false advertising.
I feel it's kind of the
Anyway, so
same
if
with
you are
Masterclass, right?
yes. So sorry, actually it's expiring. I don't know whether you noticed the
Oh no, I
login.
haven't
Logged
logged in
in.
in a while.
Yeah. So that was it. That was our. So you must internalize everything Neil Gaiman taught you because you're gonna lose access to it.
It's okay. I have alternate sources
Oh, you do.
from
And when I'm
from
photographing people, a lot of
From the
times
ship
I will.
dot
in
com.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Oh, Masterclass is still up.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I wish I could find better learning classes actually besides Skillshare for like video production and things like that.
Just YouTube, I guess.
I guess so, but it's like I don't even know what's the word to search for. I think like the videos I like are very like color corrected or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have that like sepia-ish tone
Yeah.
to the video. You know, like very chill. I don't
Yeah.
guess I used a lot of
Yeah.
chill hop music and good editing.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like the default filter I use for all my photos too. I like that very muted kind of vibe.
Yeah, but for
Yeah.
video, and I feel like that's a skill in itself. Yeah. So
it's like
how do we get onto me bashing? Oh yeah, and then Squarespace. Like the issue with Squarespace is that there's no way for you to like undo gracefully. Like if you like change something and you regret it, there's no way for you to undo it. And that's the same issue I'm having with Shopify right now. It's like I want to like when I'm talking to my co-founders, I'm like, okay, I hate what I wrote. I want to like change it. It's not really easy for you to like make a new page because the drag and drop function only works for the main page and you only have one copy of that.
Huh.
So I have to like delete everything and start from scratch every time I want to add new content, which doesn't make any sense.
there's probably something you're
this
missing.
sounds like
No?
quite a bad user
It
experience.
is. It's like their attempt to simplify for people who don't code actually makes it really annoying for me.
Or do you just think, or is it possible that you just don't know how to do it?
How to do it?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
apparently
mean,
you can also pay for a consultant, a Shopify consultant to do
yeah.
things for you.
Maybe that's where they get their money from.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, from the ads and all, they make it sound like anyone can do it. So I guess.
But I mean, like
Yeah.
a good number of online shops do use Shopify though. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
that's probably a
Shopify, but
reason
not
why.
Squarespace.
Oh, not Square. Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
on Squarespace. Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Or
But I
both.
mean, we
Like,
wouldn't know, right? It's not like everyone publicizes on their website. Oh, powered by Squarespace.
Yeah,
but they
no.
have a certain look to them. That's very distinguishing, I feel.
Is it?
The template was Squarespace.
They do have very
Looks
nice
like.
themes, though.
They do, yes. So I'll give you that. And you can try out everything for free. I wonder, maybe we should look into getting a referral code from Squarespace. How do you do that? Squarespace affiliate program. What's the minimum number of CPMs?
I don't even know all CPMs.
Start
Have any
earning.
of our videos got like 100 views on YouTube?
On YouTube, no.
Yeah.
But Facebook, yeah, some videos have had a lot of people like drop in and out.
How
But
many? What's the highest on YouTube?
YouTube, let me check.
Christine, take a guess before he says
5 or 8.
5. That's really
Or
low.
8. But I
8.
think that's actually really impressive because how long each episode is.
I want
The
to
fact that
say like
anyone would rewatch it at all is impressive.
What is this?
I want to say like 50.
Okay, lifetime top videos. Well, my typing tests all got the most. Hang on. Evening drama. And search.
Apparently, we just need to
Well,
apply.
It's not even in my top 50 results. Wait, it says you have to export it to see. Exporting my results. Hang on. Okay.
Well, apparently, if you oh, so if someone signs up for Squarespace using your referral link, you actually don't even get any money until they actually start paying for Squarespace.
Huh.
And then
I mean,
you
it
get
makes sense.
paid
It's like a
$200
it's like for what per.
if they they use the commerce plan, like the business plan, and you get $100 for a personal plan.
It's like a one-off thing, is it?
Yeah, it seems like it's a one-off thing.
Ah, okay.
Okay, highest was evening drama episode 3. 14
Episode
views.
3.
Yeah.
14.
Oh,
Yeah, 14.
Wow. Man, I was like way over
I'm kind
with
of
50.
surprised.
Uh,
That's because you don't. Because you don't watch YouTube as much as I do, so I know exactly how to views because I'm always looking at our own thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it depends on whether I actually bothered to tell my US friends, and it depends on the timing of the episode. Because, like, at this hour, with the light slowly becoming
Oh yeah.
available, like, no,
I think we could
can't
do a
bother my
time
friends
lapse
to
of
watch it.
this video and then we can see it getting brighter.
The sun, yeah, the sun's coming up.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I didn't realize that it's actually not that easy to make money from Squarespace referrals.
No. That's why people
Yeah.
like push so hard.
Yeah, it's like you only get a little bit if people actually use it and sign up and stay with the account.
Yeah.
And be a completely new customer. So now I wonder, like, if I've signed up for Squarespace before, whether they even get the money.
No idea. I mean, like, usually those people who advertise or so, they have like millions of listeners.
Yeah.
All they need to
But how
do
many
is, like,
people who can possibly want to make a Squarespace website? Like,
exactly, right? I don't know.
I mean, like, you said
1%.
it's $100 or $200.
it's 100 for a personal plan and 200 if they sign up for business plan.
So if we are
It is-
conservative, we'll just say 100.
Yeah.
That means like I don't know, like you need 10 people a month just to get $1,000.
Yes,
So I don't think
like,
I don't think you can
you're
actually
not.
make a living
No,
selling
you cannot.
Squarespace referrals.
No, you cannot.
But apparently, like it seems to be more profitable, like using Amazon referrals though.
Uh, Probably if you have volume and you can get people to buy cameras and expensive things.
Like my boss told me that he knows one guy who just sells, not sells, like he posts deals and links to what do you call it? Those power generators.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of the brand Jackery?
No, but that sounds wrong.
Oh, so it's like this massive power bank, like a power generator thing. Apparently, this
Mm-hmm.
guy like makes a living just advertising these Amazon referral links,
Oh,
and
that
it seems
seems
that
fun.
a lot of people really really like buying those kind of stuff though in the US. So
Yeah, like prepper types. Because
like those end of days kind
yeah,
of, yeah.
exactly. Which I don't blame them. Now I'm like, oh, I can see why you would want one.
Yeah.
Because I
I mean,
remember
you
I tried to
should.
make an Amazon referral link before. Actually, you have one that's active, right? Because I couldn't even keep mine active because I couldn't get enough clicks.
Oh, you mean like it goes away, like it deactivates if you don't get enough?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
yeah. They will eventually email you, be like, oh, you had too much inactivity, and then they close you down.
Oh, can you get a new
Oh,
one?
You need like within 90 days, I think, or something like that.
oh.
Damn,
Hmm.
Singap's rolling in dough. Can you check the stats yourself, or only your boss can?
Because he signed up for me, so
Oh,
I can check it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But that's why yours can be active, because you need like a minimum.
Uh, yeah. I mean, I do get sales every month, but then like it varies.
Hmm.
maybe he's not
Well,
even giving you the full amount.
Well, I mean, even if it's not, whatever he gives me is pretty good already.
He's like
I'm
he's
happy.
making 10x and you're making like
Oh,
2x. Yeah.
no,
no, but
I don't think he's that bad.
it's like in addition to whatever I'm getting paid, so it's like a
Yeah.
bonus. You can't really complain about bonuses.
Yeah, I guess
Hmm.
so.
Yeah, I have a confession to make. I haven't been using your link at all.
Oh,
Because
Why?
okay, because I have like okay, this is how Amazon suckers me, right? Mine defaults to charity,
Uh,
and like it pays out to the charity of my choice, and it
yeah.
overrides referral links.
Uh,
Because well, Amazon only has to pay a fraction of it compared to a referral link, so it's to them it benefits them if I opt for charity.
you mean when you check out, there's an option to donate?
No, the referral links become charity links. So it's like whenever I click something as a referral, my
Yeah.
default settings kind of overrides it.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. So that's how the affiliates are being screwed through
Poor Singap.
charity.
Uh, is the
Yeah.
charity thing by default or you set it?
They advertise it pretty heavily. And then you can set it and they have like a lot of different charities you can choose from.
I
Yeah, but
see.
it's like a very small amount that they receive. Like I want to say it's like $1 for every $1,000 or something like that. Right? Like a
Well, I
small
mean, like
fraction.
Amazon probably like generates like millions a day, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever the fraction is, it's smaller than referral link. So they
Oh,
want
I
to
thought it
push
was like
people to
one of,
donate.
I'm not sure. I think it's Pizza Hut Malaysia or something. Like
Hmm.
if you buy directly from them when you check out, you have an option to uh pay like little bit extra. I think it's like $1 or something like that, and then it
Hmm.
goes to charity. Yeah.
Do you do that?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's Pizza Hut, one of these like online food things. Yeah.
That's so nice of you.
Hmm.
No, no, I don't
Yeah.
click it. I'm just saying it's there.
Oh, I thought you did
No.
it.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, time for me to head to the gym.
It's all bright
So
and
sleepy.
sunny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good weekend. Talk
Yeah,
to you
we've
all
hit. Well,
next
we're
week.
1 hour 14.
Oh, well, I mean
Exactly.
we're done already. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks again
Thanks for
for another
viewing.
episode.
Alright.
Tune in
Bye.
again next week, same time, same place.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, bye.
Don't forget to use our coupon for New Wave Flow State coffee. Goodbye.
It's getting more and more empty.
Time to refill.